What is up, everybody, and welcome to this week's Kerbal Space Program video. We're going to continue our career mode adventures here as we're moving along the tech tree and getting further and further out into space. Oh, we got one of these finished. World's first milestones. Return to the surface, a flyby of the Mun. Yeah, well, we did that last episode, so... I cheated a little bit. I've already gone ahead and built the rocket that we're going to use for this next mission. I haven't tested it or anything, but by all rights it should work just fine. I've already gone in here and I accepted another mission to gather some science data for around Kerbin, which we'll just do some kind of quick crew report or something on the way out or back whenever I remember to do it. And I built a rocket that should easily be able to get us into orbit around both moons in one mission. So that's going to be kind of what the goal is going to be here. So let me walk through what I've built. I've got the upper stage here, which is just basically where my mouse is, and that's going to be what comes back, does this little deorbit maneuver and all that fun shit. We do have heat shields now, so we can be a little bit less worried as we're coming back in. Obviously we got the one-man crew capsule. I didn't have any two-man crew capsules, so Valentina's going to be taking this mission by herself again, which is fine. She'll be fine with that. She's cool with long terms by herself. She's used to the isolating abilities or conditions of space. She's already been there. Then we got obviously the bring back stage has some communications and some battery power on it. All of our science is up here too. It'll get dropped off on the way back. We've got the lower stage here, which comprises of this center core with an engine to do all the fancy stuff, and these outer cores are going to be hopefully enough to get us at least into orbit, maybe even some left over. I do have the fuel lines here to make sure that when we do kick these ones off, then the internal stage is going to be well and fully fueled, so that'll be good. And it says 5,200, but I don't trust this number. I'm pretty sure we've got more Delta V than that. That number will probably start climbing as we actually take off and fly. So without further ado, I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, you know what we can do though? Let's bring this down closer to the ground here. And let's throw on some of, they're going to be in here? Yeah. Some of these guys. Just to make sure she doesn't get any wobble while it's sitting on the launch pad waiting to launch. I do got some struts up here. Actually, let's throw a couple more struts on here. You can never have too many struts. Let's get a good angle in here so I can snap them right on here. And we'll attach them to the core there. Yeah, that should be fine. That'll give us enough structural integrity to make sure that the tops of those rockets don't wobble around as we're flying. So let's go ahead and get this beast into space and see what we got. Let's go ahead and pop this up so we can monitor fuel. We'll go full power, full throttle, and here we go, Valentina. Let's see what we got. It's off to a good start anyway. Kick her over a little bit. Try to point retrograde, not prograde though. Give her a little bit of thrust, see if she can fix this. No, alright, well we're gonna do a manual abort here. That's no fun. Let's get back on the ground and recoup this. Alright, I don't think there was anything wrong with the rocket design. I think the problem was solely with my flying there. So let's just try it again. I think I just need to not fight so much as it wants to get itself going horizontal early. We'll fight it a little bit, but we'll let the rocket do its thing, and that's going to make this go a lot easier. Coming up on burnout on these outer cores, so keeping her within the prograde window here, so we can have a smooth detachment of them. And now we should be good good to just start kicking this. Oh, we're way out. Let's call it 120. Yeah, we are way up high. We have plenty of delta V. See, we still have 5,500 and we're in orbit now, so that's why I don't necessarily trust the numbers there. So let's get ourselves into a circular orbit here, and we can adjust our inclination and get us pointed towards Minmus, because that's where we're going to go first. We're going to go check out the mint chocolate treats that is the surface of Minmus. So let's get in circles. 110, that's good. Alright, 110's close enough. So now we're going to the outer moon. We're heading out towards Minmus. One thing about Minmus is it's on an incline. It is not on a nice plane. So what we're going to need to do is make a quick little correction at, we'll do it at this one, because that's going to be the one we get to first. Our ascending node. We want to correct it to where the yellow line is going to be on the plane of Minmus. Like that. That's right? Yeah, alright, good. And then that will let us make a nice easy transfer to get to actually get over. And as you can see, it's not a very big burn. It's only 230 meters per second. We're not even going to finish up our lower stage here. So let's go ahead, turn on just regular SAS. And we'll get ourselves pointed at that maneuver node. Alright, about to cross over. We have crossed into the Minmus sphere of influence. So, let's go ahead and point ourselves in a direction to bring ourselves a little bit closer. Let's point to the normal direction, which should be, yeah, right there. Is that normal or is that anti-normal? That looks anti-normal. Find out in a second. Yeah, that's anti-normal. We don't want to point that way. We need the other one. $69. Let's go a little closer. 26, 24, 24,000, 24 kilometers. That seems like it's probably close enough to that moon to be considered close enough. We'll find out when we get there. Let's go ahead and use the stability assist to point us retrograde, because the next burns we need to do are all going to be to slow us down and get us into orbit. Something tells me we're not going to be able to do it on just a little bit of fuel we have left in this stage, so we're going to have to finally get into this last stage, which is quite alright. I expected to be using that fuel long before now, so let's go ahead and warp ourselves to the periapsis. Close to the periapsis anyway. That's slow enough, and we'll go ahead and blow some fuel here. And I guess I lied. We had more than enough fuel to get us into orbit with what we had left. How low is that? 9,000? That's pretty low. Doesn't look like it's scarily low. Too bad it's on the dark side of the Mun, or of Minmus, the minty green Minmus. Oh, we don't even have any communications open, do we? Where is our... Here's where I put our radio. Boink. Let's go ahead and we'll go down to the low point to do the science, so it counts as being in space close to the Mun, or close to Minmus, and then we'll take a look at it from the sun side where it's all nice and bright. And you can see why I called it the minty green chocolate goodness. So observe mystery goo. Space near Minmus, perfect. So we'll keep that. Log the pressure. We will log the temperature. We will material studies. EVA. Crew report. Suck it all up in here. Alright, so we just did all of our science that we need to do near to Minmus. Let's go out here and see if that counts as like space high above Minmus or something. Either way, I want to get a good look at it from up here. Because if you see, Minmus is just a giant green looking, like candy looking place. With these like, if you took like a gobstopper and you sucked it down a bunch and you had like the rough parts on the outside and then you had these like smooth little bits on the inside where all the seas were that we're going to be landing in when we come back and do a landing mission. So let's see if this counts as space high above Minmus. Yeah, it does. Alright, so let's keep that. Let's do another round of science here. EVA report. We'll keep you. You. Alright, so as far as science, that's all we need to do. I kind of want to stop by the Mun because we have a mission to be in orbit around them. So let's go ahead and where are we in this orbit? Which way are we going? Go this way, right? I think right about now we just want to start burning to no, we'll warp around to about here and then we'll burn so we can come off retro style, nice and easy without using too much fuel. Point us prograde and we'll burn to get ourselves out of the orbit here, and we'll see how things look with the Mun, see if we can kind of get in there or not. Alright, 45. Let's actually just push it out a little bit. Point ourselves anti-normal, which is where? Right there. Alright, let's call it 60's good. Warp to here. Once we get there, we'll need to burn prograde. Sorry, retrograde, what am I talking about here? The dark Mun looks just like our moon, really. Alright, burns just enough to get us into orbit. We are now in orbit. We need to crew report. Let's go ahead and transmit it. That gets us the mission, contract complete, good. Alright. Where we wanna kinda just wanna burn prograde now, right? Which way are we coming around? Yeah, we're good. Let's just burn prograde, get us back out of orbit. Here, 880,000 kilometers, or 880 kilometers up. We were way too high to start doing our slow down burn. You're getting close though. Right about here's probably good to start burning off because we got a lot of fuel to kill. But yeah, we're already, yeah, we're good. We are good. Let's just make sure we've got it all. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a retrieve. I just transferred it all back into itself, so. Let's go ahead and look at these. What do we did? First flyby at Minmus, first orbit at Minmus, first spacewalk at Minmus, gravitational influence at Minmus, orbit of the Mun. You're definitely out of orbit now. I just saw the weird transition, camera transition. We're still coming in nice and shallow though, burning off what this last little bit of fuel that we have is. About to start kissing the atmosphere though as we touch 70 kilometers. We are now in the atmosphere, but we're still plenty high up, so I'm not worried about kicking this last stage off just yet, but pretty soon we're going to need to think about doing that, even if we have a little bit of fuel left over. But see, go and switch to surface mode so we're burning directly in our trajectory. Make sure we're getting the maximum use of the fuel, which is almost burnt out now anyway. That's it for the fuel. Kick that off and we'll let the atmosphere slow us down the rest of the way. Got a heat shield, so that'll help with whatever little bit we got. I don't think we're going fast enough to even blow up our descent stage or our return stage, whatever. I don't even. The mission was such a weird mission. You can't really name what the things were. Here we come, ripping through the atmosphere, letting the heat shield slow us down as much as it wants, or as much as it needs to, I guess. Calls it a craft relay, but that's not quite right. It's gonna go off and land in that lake, I think. Alright, we got splashed down. We'll go ahead and recover her. Let's see what goodies we've just earned ourselves. 464 science. Yeah, that's a nice chunk of science. We're up to 300,000 funds, so that's good. That'll fund us through the next few missions for sure. She's now level 2. She gained 5 experience, which got her up to level 2, so that's good. Let's go ahead and see what sciencey things we're gonna unlock here. Let me take a minute here and click through and see what we got. Alright, so we're going to take this one because it's got some nice big engines that we're going to want to use for pushing ourselves up in bigger rockets. We're going to want to take, where was it? Here, because I want to be able to get the good decouplers and, you know, some other goodies that are in here that we want. This one, we're going to take, what is this one missing? Oh yeah, we have to upgrade the place to do better science, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to take this guy, because it's got some of the smaller engines that we wanted. And then down here has some more, has some things that we need to generate power, which we want. And then there was this one. Yeah, here it is. This one, so we can take more Kerbals into space with us. And we'll grab this one too, just because we have enough science too, so we might as well. So we got stuff. Let's see, we got any new missions. Explore Kerbin. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and throw a like on it. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can see all my great content as it comes out. All of my schedules in the end credits as per normal. And with that, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you in the next episode.